Hello and welcome back to Blueprints. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for joining me on today's episode, today's day of Blueprints. We got $8 whole. In case you've missed it, we found room 46. So if you are at the point in this game where maybe you haven't done that yet, I might recommend not watching anymore. But if you are maybe post credits in this game, then yeah, this is kind of where I'm at in the game so far. So I haven't played for a week, maybe longer at this point. I went away on a trip, and God, I was thinking about this game almost the entire time. I bought a notebook. I bought a blue notebook that I haven't started writing anything into yet because I've got a bunch of scrap paper and stuff. We've got $8. You know what? Let's spend all 8 of our dollars at the shrine, because I spent, oh, this is the thing that this is locked? Something tells you it should stay that way. The trunk is locked. So, oh, it's just a trunk. So if I had a key, then maybe I could open it. Interesting. Okay. So we bought this from the gift shop. I'm not going to fuck with this today. I think I'm going to, so I paid, the first time we found the shrine, I paid $4. And then at the end of the day, I was curious to see, because I had more money, I was curious to see if I could add more money to the bowl. And then I ended up taking my money back, and I got cursed. So this time, I'm going to give this guy all of my money, and we'll see what kind of blessing we get. Blessing of the chef. For each different type of spread that you do each day, add an extra dish to the dining room. Okay, that's not too bad. Dining room is at least 20 steps, if not 30, depending on the other rooms that you're able to get in there. But yeah, cool. So now that blessing shows up over here in our menu. So we've also got Piety of the Bishop, so the chapel gives us $30 and also doesn't take money from us at the moment. But yeah. Anyway, I bought a blue notebook to keep nice notes in, because right now I've just got a bunch of scratch notes on a bunch of like random like pieces of notepad paper on my desk, and it's disorganized, and I feel like it's worth it to, I'll just take the steps early, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's worth it to keep nice notes for this game, especially because I feel like I'm going to be playing this game for a while still, and so if I do want to go and maybe find information, I want it to be easy, you know? I want it to be organized. I want to make it look nice, you know? I don't journal, I don't like scrapbook or anything, but this feels like something that I could legitimately I don't know, spend some time on, like making it nice and legible and organized and all that stuff. The black box is black. No, for sure. So this is true. The black box is true. Well, that's remains to be seen. The black box is empty. Also remains to be seen. So the black box is black is true. The black box is true. The black box is empty. This is the only box that indicates where the gems could potentially be. And if this is the only box telling us where the gems could be, and it's saying that it's empty, well then, by George, I think it's got to be full. Thank you so much for the gems. I'll see you again next time. Let's go pantry. We get an apple. We get some money. But yeah, I don't know. My goal at the moment with this game is kind of just to vibe. Give me the reading nook. And then I think we have a book waiting for us in the library that I might take, depending on, maybe we get a cool dead end through here. The storeroom is a pretty cool dead end for picking up some extra resources. And so because of that, I'm actually going to take it. But since we've reached room 46, currently, and again, I'm assuming if you're watching at this point that you're further than me, or you don't care about spoilers. We don't really need to get to room 46 again for like a reason. So I think I'm just trying to like find some other stuff, basically. I have some goals, certainly, and I have a couple things on a to-do list, I guess, but like currently I'm kind of just vibing. I gotta be real with you. I'll do the corridor, and then maybe we can see if we can connect this to the foundation, but if not, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, the den here is fine. Still lets us go like either way. Take the free gem. Farming for resources early. But yeah, I missed this game, man. I missed the house. I missed you know, making rooms. And so because I was like away, oh yeah. Is the dining room, has it always looked like that? So, okay, so the foyer is a room that I think in our last run we were able to make the conservatory, and then I was able to make the foyer, I think, a common room. So the foyer should show up much more often for us, but this makes it so hallways are always going to be unlocked. All of the doors and hallways will be unlocked, and then the Great Hall, all of the doors in the Great Hall will just always be unlocked, which to me is really good. So to me, this is worth the 2 gems. And then there might even be a puzzle of some kind in this room. Okay, this is our great-grandfather, I think. And then Thomas Sinclair. This is our great-grandfather on our mom's side. Or I guess they're both. Yeah, I guess they're both on our mom's side. Just one is a Sinclair and one is an Epson. We don't really know anything about Simon's dad's side of the family, I guess, eh? Yeah. I guess the thing that you learn about from this room is maybe the names and certainly the titles of some of these guys. Anyway, onwards. The archives. Or the bedroom. You know what? Yeah, I'll take the archives. I understand it's quite early, but it's okay. I'm not mad about it. Whatever this is costs a gem? Sure. It's security. That worked out. It's a pretty good spot for security to be. Probably the room I would have taken regardless. Key card system. This old nugget. So yeah, while I was away, I kind of allowed myself to indulge in some Blueprints content. So I was watching Northern Lion play the game, and when I felt like I might encounter a spoiler or just something that I haven't seen myself yet in his videos, I tried to like skip it, but inevitably there were some instances perhaps where I'll take whatever this is. There were some instances. Oh, the dark room. Okay, well, this doesn't go anywhere, so that's not a bad spot for the dark room to be, so I don't hate that. There's some instances where I basically saw a couple of things from some of Northern Lion's videos that I hadn't seen myself. But truth be told, at the moment, I don't even really remember what I saw, so no harm, no foul, I guess. Let's go west before we go north, maybe. And then just two of my very close friends just started playing this game, and in fact, one of them in a very short amount of time has gotten quite far, if not even farther than me. At least in days. They have played more days than I've played, certainly, and they're starting to see stuff that I haven't seen yet, and in fact, I was just spoiled on something. Terrace, green rooms do not cost gems to draft. That seems like a really cool room for us to save us some gems. Could make it so some green rooms are free. Could be nice. Anyway, but I think I was saying this last time too, at least since like getting to room 46 and rolling credits, I'm a bit more lax about like, or I'm not as on guard about spoilers, I guess. Now, I mean, again, there's still plenty of stuff that like I don't know about and I would like to, you know, discover on my own. I wanted to go north of archives, actually. I'm wasting steps. Anyway. But it is nice to, like, be able to talk about the game with some friends. Do I even care to go into the Foundation? Maybe at some point. But I think having the workshop could be cool. Or I could take the archive floor plan and just see what it is. No, I'll take the workshop. Maybe the workshop gives us something cool. Sledgehammer's great to see. Excellent. I found a video on YouTube as well. Someone had gone through and transcribed each of the pieces of sheet music in the game into one like finished song. But the version that they came up with was much faster than I guess the song is supposed to be. But there's no tempo on the sheet music, unfortunately. So we have nothing. So I mean. But, you know, we can maybe come back here later. I'll go north of security, see what it gives us. I'm doing a lot of maybe unnecessary backtracking, which is probably not good for steps. But maybe I feel a little bit like we're chilling for steps. Give me the archived room. How bad could it be? It's a hallway. It's actually ended up being pretty good. And then what is this? This costs a gem? Or we could take a bedroom for a couple more steps, maybe. Could take the closet. Yeah, I'll take the closet. I'm fine with that. We get a dice. We get a gem. Not too shabby. But if you have watched the last couple of Blueprints videos, they've been a little long. Which, I mean, a lot of stuff happened, certainly, but I think I'm guilty for making them probably longer than they need to be real with you. Ooh, well, I don't want the run to die, but maybe we just rip the archived floor plan and it just is what it is. We're not dead. The chapel lets us keep going, believe it or not. Yeah, I guess at this point I just want to make as many rooms as possible. Any new rooms still that I've never made before, I would be interested in seeing for sure. Gotta be, I think, the Cora yard. Damn, all of a sudden I felt like I had options, and never mind. Actually, we really just have the one way right now. So there's the thingy for the Foundation again, which I don't think we ever like need to access again, but. Because I don't even think, no, you won't even let me like interact with that, so that's fine. All right, yeah, I'll take the secret passage, and then maybe we can go. We have a lot of hallways already, so I feel like we're pretty much guaranteed a great hall off of this. Now, just because I don't need to get into room 46 doesn't mean like, I don't know, maybe it'll still be worth doing to some capacity. I don't know. Great Hall lets us go both east and west, which is the primary reason I want it. So, and then because every door is going to be unlocked, because of the foyer, we're going to get to collect a bunch of stuff, I reckon. I reckon. A single key, the east antechamber door. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't hurt to open that up, right? Could matter. For some reason. I don't know. I don't know, man. And then you should have some useful stuff. Couple of keys. You'll love to see it. Excellente. And I think before we go north, let me go west, see if I can't, if I could like go all the way down and then all the way back up. That would be pretty cool. Do I want to go this way? Yes. Excellent. Lost and Found is brand new for us, so I think it's going to take either our sledgehammer or metal detector, and then it's going to give us 2 other rare items. I'm fine with that. So that oh, it gives us the watering can? So we lost the metal detector. Oh, there's a game in here. I never knew that. This is the first time we've made Lost and Found. The upgrade disc is also great to find. That's another thing. I've been talking to friends about some of the upgrades in the game, and there's a lot of cool ones, and so I think just the more we play, getting some cool upgrades seems just like a good way to make future runs even better as we go. But anyway, we've got another one of these games. Uh-huh. So these middle ones. Oh. Yeah. Wait, this is moving it around like... Oh, I'm so close. There we go. We got another allowance token. And can I see the top of this box? I can from here. So that shape, the like rectangle with the little circle on the top, is pink. The game that we played of this that had the mountains, that was yellow. So this shape is pink, okay? That's what this game has just taught us. And then there was another game that I played where I think the color I was looking for was maybe green. So I should probably go back. I think I found that in the solarium. I should probably go back and see what the symbol on that game was, and that should tell us which core is green. So then we can start narrowing down some of the colors for some of the cores, because that's something we got to work towards. So what did we get? We got a watering can, which is going to give us gems every time we go in a green room, and we got an upgrade disc. And we have the sledgehammer for trunks if we find trunks. So, okay. Well, I would like to go straight if at all possible, but maybe I'll just take the walk-in closet for the 4 items. I could take the music room for the keys, but the walk-in closet is just cheaper. Or I could just rip the archive floor plan, and that's kind of the vibe. And they gave us a bedroom. I'm fine with that. It came with a free apple. We're steps positive, baby. Okay, so yeah, we can still go. We could get like a West Wing hall here, which would be nice. Or the gift shop. The gift shop also works. This is perfect. And then we have $35. When the hell did that happen? Oh, I guess we went into the chapel, huh? That would have given us a bunch of money. So, okay, maybe we can work towards buying the swim trunks today because we're almost there. That seems pretty doable. So then, yeah, if we can fill in these 4 squares, that would be pretty cool. The dining room, I think, allows us the opportunity to make that happen. We get the lunchbox. Did not reach... So if I went north of the Great Hall, I could have gotten... Well, we can just go north of the gift shop and we can probably get to rank 8, no problem. So now one of these 2 rooms just needs to go to this square and we can like fill in this hole. We got a bunch of keys earlier, so that's pretty good. And yeah, the conference room. If we spread anything, they would come over here to the conference room. Is this an okay spot for the conference room to exist? I don't hate it. We wouldn't have to go like all the way back. Yeah, this is a pretty good spot for the conference room to be. I don't mind it. Anything in here that I can snag? Anything on the table? Actually, no, there's not. I thought there might be, but that's fine. And then what do you got for me? So this is we can guaranteed. Yeah, I'll take the lavatory here. Okay. So I thought maybe the toilet and the lavatory, I thought might be something, and I thought flushing it. This is not a bit. Genuinely, I thought flushing the toilet might do something. And I'm so wrong. Unless I'm like early, unless I need to do something else. But maybe not. Anyway, okay, worth the shot, I guess. I don't know. The lavatory might literally just be useless, which is fine. Because yeah, nothing in here is, as far as I can tell, interactable. I thought you would be able to flush the toilet and it would open a door or something. Anyway. But maybe I'm early. I don't know. Maybe something else needs to happen. Cool. We can go east of the dining room. And we're doing pretty good for steps too. We have enough things to kind of like keep us afloat, I think, stepwise. I haven't really had any like really cool experiments in the laboratory, I don't think. So I would like to oh yeah, we have the upgrade disc. I forgot about that. What do you got for me? The hallway. All right. What does the hallway potentially become? +1 key, +1 locked trunk, add an extra hallway to tomorrow's draft pool. It can become a tomorrow room, or it can just give us a key. There is something that synergizes with tomorrow rooms. So I don't remember what that is. But yeah, I'll take the +1 key is, it's cool, but it's kind of small potatoes. But this I feel like could potentially synergize. This has like some upside, but requires either using a key or having the sledgehammer. I like making it a tomorrow room, I think. I'm down with that. Great. What does this say again? Right. We can't do anything with this at the moment. Okay, here's the thing. I had noticed, I think, something about the periodic table thingy that maybe I might have like done wrong, because it has this arrow here that goes to the left. So hang on, I gotta find, I was writing down a bunch more notes. I was writing down in the last video, if you didn't see it, it's because it's a long one. I don't blame you. I wrote down all of the letters that are on each of the frames, or in each of the boxes for the gallery puzzles. But anyway, there is, so I wrote down, I want to write down, I think, the periodic table letters. And I think, so the ones that are like in like the main part of the table, I guess, not the like added part here on the bottom. These I think are all like fine and like in an okay spot. These ones, I think, because of this arrow, I'll just need to shift to the left like 1. Maybe. Unless I'm wrong, because yeah, well, this one has these spaces. And I think I looked at the periodic table before to like see what those spaces were. And it might just be these two or something. I don't know. So, but if I move them all to the left on the bottom here, so 1, 4, 6, and 7, I think I might be able to kind of redo to get different letters for them. So I'm just going to do that right quick. So 1, 1, 4, 6, and 7. 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in, but really 5 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. PU. So maybe it's, oh, it's NP instead. Oh, that doesn't bode well. That doesn't bode well if it's NP. But anyway, I'm going to try it again. 1 equals NP. 2 would still be S, unless the entire thing needs to shift to the left, or I'm just like wrong. 2 is S. 3 is H. 4, so this is another one that I would need to shift to the left. So 4 currently is TH, but maybe it's actually AC. 5 is RE. 6 I have is EU. 1 to the left is SM. SM. 7 is PA. 1 to the left is TH. And then I think that's it for, yeah, 1, 4, 6, and 7. So then 8 is F. 9 is TE. 10 is RN. 11 is I. 12 is NE. Okay, and maybe that's correct. Maybe I'm thinking too much about this arrow. But it's included. Like, it's not just here for, like, there's a bunch of sticky notes. Like, if you look at this is like everything included in the puzzle. Maybe, and this is just on the bottom row too, so maybe it's not even the 6. Like the 6, the original one that I wrote down was EU, and now the new one is SM. So maybe the 6 is either EU or SM, but I think at least this bottom row can move over to the left, maybe. Anyway, I don't know. Just trying shit, basically. And like maybe I need to like use this to spell something over here. I have no idea. I have no sweet clue. Anyway, because I haven't tried to like make them spell anything. NPS. If you do them in like an order, I remember like thinking that they would be in order, but I don't know. That maybe the numbers just need to go in a different order or something. I have no idea. Anyway, I didn't do the experiment yet, did I? I forgot. That's the whole reason I wanted to come in here. When you draft a red room, lose 5 steps and then add 3 aquariums, permanently add a gold to your allowance. Yeah, so I want to do the allowance one for sure. A letter will be delivered to the mailroom. Oh, that's also cool. For each bedroom you draft after your second, each time you unlock or bypass a security door. I currently don't have a way to do that. For each bedroom you draft after your second. How many do we have already? I think 2, right? We have the guest bedroom and we have the bedroom. And the rest of the bedrooms in the game are on the table, other than I think like her ladyship's chamber. The master bedroom is only on the east wing, so we have 4 potential ways to make that happen. So we have the requisite 2 bedrooms. So yeah, I think if we're gonna, I would like to get some letters actually before we start raising our allowance, because that was one of the things that I saw from Northern Lion playing actually, is that he had a couple letters in his mailroom. So for each bedroom you draft after your second, a letter will be delivered to the mailroom, and maybe we can get a couple. So let's do this. And I will try to do one of the allowance increasing ones later in life. But okay, I may be leaning more towards bedrooms if at all possible. We don't have like a ton more opportunity to draft, but that's fine. I guess if we have to pick a dead end, making it a bedroom there's some upside there at least. So I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to do in here. We'll end up coming back to the dining room Also, if we spread anything because of the blessing of the chef, we'll get even more steps. But we might have more steps than we know what to do with as well. I would like to get $5 more to afford the swim trunks. Okay, we're running a little low on keys, which is getting a touch spooky. So the boudoir here would give us 2 dice. We can still go north of the Great Hall and then go west. So I'll take the boudoir. It dead ends, but gives us some dice, and then immediately we get a letter delivered to our mailroom, which as soon as we're able to draft the mailroom, I think will be cool. And then we can get a gem from the safe in here. There is one other safe that I know the location of, that I have a pretty good idea about what the code for it might be. Maybe. I thought this was maybe interactable at one point, but I might be cooked also. So yeah, okay, so that's a dead end. So that's fine. So now we got to go back up to the Great Hall. I guess we'll go east next. Am I going this way to make that happen? Yes. And yeah, again, I think, oh, every time you enter, whenever you enter this room. Oh, so going like back through Lost and Found is actually terrible. That's not a one-time thing. Whenever you enter. Oh, shit. Rip our watering can, I guess. Oh, well, that's fine. I'm not too miffed about that. Yeah, I think this is a pretty okay opportunity to take the library. As long as the room that we get off of the library lets us go west. Or east, rather. So we finally get a new book. We got some reading to do. We got the History of Orindia, taken out by Herbert himself in 81, and then Mary Jones in 84. Detective Bon Margle in 87, and then Bon Margle again. Later, like 6 months later. And then us. And today is November 27th. Damn, so if we play for enough days, we can like get into 1994. I wonder if you just play this game forever, if you can like eventually get up to like the current, like, can you play, how many days would it take to get to the year 2025? All right. The History of Orindia, 2nd edition. This book was reviewed and cleared for publication by the Fen Aries Central Board of Education. It has been edited to conform to our department standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination. This is by Caleb Manning. So Caleb Manning, we know, or at least I think, might have been an accomplice to our mom. And I think the two of them together might have stolen the ruby crown or something and then turned it into the Blue Prince crown. This was published by Ruffington Red Publishing in 79. Okay. Oh my god, redacted. Forward. Wow. So this is what the Fen Aries Central Board of Education would have censored the shit. So here's the crown. I think this is the crown that Caleb would have stolen. And our mom. Forward. The name used to designate the realms of the Eastern Waters is no longer known to the average citizen of the elder generation. We must permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon our past. Huh. Damn, I bet if I had a magnifying glass, this would go crazy. Agera. Most historians mark the beginning of the first era, often denoted as Agera, by the ascension of the first king redacted, whose name Oris would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. So Oris is the name of a township. Horus was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Horus had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Horus, and by the end of the 1st century, redacted, a new kingdom was born. Oh, these three. I've seen these three. The Second Era. It was the 4th king, redacted, who split this vast domain in 3 equal shares, 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest, he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift redacted. The youngest, he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse which at the time was not as developed but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Araja, a land steeped in tradition. Okay, so we're learning the names of places. We've got the southern land of Araja, fields and mountains of the middle province. To the youngest, the realm of Arch Ares, northern storms. Eldest got the middle, youngest got the northern, middle child got the southern. Okay, and then we've got, okay. These are some symbols of regions. We have symbols of, we have cores or symbols of regions or countries or whatever. And we have where they are, because there's the map in room 46. So now we can attribute a color to those areas as well. So this is, the mountains is yellow. This one I think is purple. This like hourglass shape. This one maybe is Arindia, which I think is black, which is appropriate that it's redacted in black, but anyway. Which is funny because this book is called The History of Arindia. Anyway. Oh my god, there's a note in here. Third Era. As the Second Era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Okay, so this is the northern storms. Stormy, northern storms in the mountains. Middle province of and a heartspring of the kingdom. Fields and mountains. Okay. And then southern region of Araja, a land steeped in tradition. So that tells us like what the moats could be around it, I think. So we're learning about, these are all clues for each of these sigils, basically. And shit I should probably be writing down, but I will do that later. Okay. And we're learning, there's something about commerce here. This is good. Okay. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. I think these 3 are all the East? Question mark? I don't know. Despite those differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the Third Era was defined by redacted. Bunch of redacted commerce between the 3 realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. Redacted as hell. Fourth Era. I'm going to read this note. Oh my god. Oh, this is from the detective. Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department and this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning with this letter, the book you lent us, though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the history of Arindia could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say, well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit, we'll have a laugh about this after you have given me the actual manuscript. That's a threat. Until then, Detective Bon Margle, Red Guard. Yeah. Bro, that's a threat. This guy is an enemy. Bon Margle? And the note is like covering parts of the book, too. Damn, okay. Fourth Era. As the kingdom redacted entered the Fourth Era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desolates III was a redacted king who often was seen drinking. Oh, they're trying to make him out to be a bad man. A sight that shocked not only the gentry and the court, but the masses as well. As the king of no one on to move, Ving Castle and court overjoyed by this were those that viewed unbecoming of his common folk. These voices planted the seed which took root in grand city of Fen. Fen Aries? Okay. Oh, okay. Desolates was renowned as the king of no one when he made the decision to move Ving Castle and court behind him, leaving Castle and court behind him. People were overjoyed by this choice. Were those that viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of his common folk. Okay, and that's basically okay. Era of ruin. The pacification of Fen. Morning Bay. Damn, I really wish I had I don't know if I need it, but I feel like the magnifying glass could be big for this. So this is Morning Bay. Okay, so it may be... Okay, anyway. 5, Era of Ruin. After the passing of King Desolates III, the 4th Era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully, the king died, redacted as hell. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a number of supporters due to the fact that Desolates IV shared little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city streets, stained in red. Damn. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson to form a formidable army. Together they leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch, Ares, and Nuance to join their cause. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years and saw buried 1 in every 3 men. Damn. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won. Horus had fallen, and with it, the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place, red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen of Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. The current era. We're in the 6th current era. Today, the realms inherited by the 3 Fen Ares, Arch Ares, and Araja once again stand united as allies. Though the distance between our peoples has grown, our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realms serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that sprung forth the greatest empire the world has ever seen, the land of our fathers, our mothers, and our children. Redacted. Damn. Okay. Interesting book. Very interesting book. I'm going to have to go back to this at some point in the future. And speaking of interesting books, both of the books in these corners have not yet been filled in with anything. So I don't know if they will be at some point in the future. I assume so. I assume they're not just here for decoration, but what do I know? All right, if we could go east from here, that would be great. And the bookshop? Perfect. Ooh. Now the bookshop has a book, has a couple of books. Okay. Now, do we want the swim trunks or do we want probably knowledge from the Curse of Black Bridge? Or even History of Arindia First Edition. This would be the book that we just read, but I assume uncensored. And then A New Clue is the third and final book that our mother wrote. It was released posthumously, assuming... Yeah, from this newspaper clipping, I remember learning about that. Okay, so yeah, if we make some more money, I guess I'll choose... I think I would prefer knowledge over the swim trunks. I don't know what the swim trunks... I mean, something in the pool, I guess, but... I don't know. Anyway. We're really close to filling in the entire house. I would love to be able to. So, currently the only way that we can go west is if the room that we draft north of the Great Hall also goes west. If it's like a T section and it goes both east and west, that would be sick. But at least I would like this room to go north, and then if that room could also continue to go north, that would be pretty sick. I am running low on keys at this point, which is a little spooky. The drawing room, it's... where did I just say about keys? It's going to need to be the drawing room. At least the drawing room, I know we can open this safe, and that'll give us a gem. If nothing else... There's not a security door? No, it's a regular door. April 15th for this safe, I remember. I do declare. All right, thank you for the gem. Appreciate it. Okay. Do you need a key? You do need a key. So we're going to have to find some keys somewhere, somehow. Now, because of the foyer, the door north of the Great Hall is guaranteed unlocked. So that's our only way out at the moment. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get lucky, but maybe I am just too low on resources, unfortunately. I would really love to get a T section. Or at least go west. The billiard room would probably give us keys. The observatory would give us a star and then let us go west. I'm going to roll once and see if it doesn't give us a T section. It gave us the mechanarium, which none of the other doors in here I think are going to be open because I don't have any other cog room. I have the laboratory. I have one cog room. I have security. I can't see. I think security is a cog room actually, so maybe there would be enough. Just would it be... The mechanarium has one door for each cog room in your house. Does that include the mechanarium? The laboratory I think is one. Security is one. Oh, the workshop is one. So we're guaranteed for all of these to be open. So this is twofold. A new room and all of these are open. That's really cool. I just heard like a bell rang. N or Z? Is this north maybe? Okay. We've got a couple of doors, and then we can't get into the antechamber, but okay, so this is fine. Can I go west? I can go west. The rumpus room. Yeah. I want another Alzara cutscene for sure. And this will give us money. So we can, I'm going to buy that $40 book probably. No disrespect to the swim trunks. I think the gift shop is, we're more likely to find the gift shop than we are the bookshop, I think. So yeah, I'm leaning more toward, unless if we could get $50, then I might buy one of the $50 books. But yeah, let's give Alzara $1 at least and see what Alzara has to say. This could be huge. What do you got for me?
As it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara.
Hi, Alzara.
And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
Yes, please.
The image is becoming clear. I hear the pattering steps of children running in the forest. The joyful echoes of laughter in the courtyard. I see an old man sitting in an even older chair.
That's old Simon.
A seed that has served many generations.
Indeed.
Each with their own stories. Each with their own secrets.
That's Herbert.
Each with their own ending.
That's dead Herbert.
But all in the same chair. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
All in the same chair.
Till the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Can I sit in that chair? Or like, what the hell? We have the drawing room. Okay, maybe we go back at some point. Interesting. I never noticed that the photograph or painting or what of I think Clara Epson is that last photo that Alzara showed. She's in the chair. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if we can't fill in the rest of this corner. I would really like to. It's locked. No. I need keys so bad, man. Okay, don't kill me. Don't kill. If I try to go this way and you're locked, I'm gonna be so sad. You piece. There's no way for me to get keys, huh? Nowhere in here that has keys, right? I know we never even got into the foundation this run. That's funny. Which I don't know. I didn't really need to. I don't think. I guess that could have felt bad potentially if I got like a sanctum key, and then we didn't have access to the foundation. Well, that's a bummer that just ran out of keys. Anyway, but we have $42, so I'm gonna go back to the bookshop, buy a book, and then that's probably gonna do it for today. Yeah, library. So we got to read this book at least. Still a good day. Still like an eventful day. Curse of the Black Bridge. Yeah, let's do it. Add that to the library. And then this chair. Something about this chair, huh? I was wondering maybe if I could like back into it. Is the chair the same? all in the same chair. Okay. And here I thought I was done with the drawing room. God damn it. Anyway. Oh, I don't think we do have the sledgehammer. I don't think there's any trunks. Maybe, I don't know, we can go to security. I'll check the house inventory, see if I missed anything. Is there a key in here maybe that I missed? Where's security? Way down there. Okay, through the secret passage. Any trunks? Didn't end up getting anything. I mean, we did have some stuff. We had like the watering can taken away from us at the Lost and Found, so I don't think we were ever going to make anything in the workshop today, unfortunately. And then, yeah, taking archives early, probably not the play, but I don't know, it's whatever. Oh my god, there's a broken lever in here. Holy shit. Was that always here? And I just like missed it earlier? Okay, anyway, house inventory, please. There is a trunk. Where? Where is the trunk? Oh my god. Where could it be? I wonder if it's back. Interesting. It's not like in here, is it? In this hallway? Cope? Wouldn't that be nice? No. And we're running low on steps, so even if we did open a trunk and get a key, like, probably not gonna... Is it... It's not in this room, is it? Can there be a trunk in this room that I just missed? Because I'm hasty? There's not one in here. Is there one in the bedroom? Can there be one in the bedroom even? I know, like, the den. Did we make the den? Somewhere. Yeah, there's the den. The den can have a trunk, but I don't I think I looked. I don't think it does. Yeah, I don't know. Can I make a wish in the fountain if the fountain is drained? I think I know the answer. No, I cannot. That's fine. Okay. Well, that's likely going to do it for today. We bought a new book at the bookshop, and I would argue kind of an expensive one. Not having coat check to keep the hammer or the broken lever, like that would have been nice. And then, yeah, no trunk in here. Okay, I think I'm just going to call it. Folks, thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked today's. You know what? I figured today was going to be shorter, and comparatively to the two more recent videos, it is quite a bit shorter, but still like an hour long. So I don't know, take it or leave it, I guess. But we still have our blessing from the shrine for the next couple of days. Our hallway now, we upgraded the hallway today. We bought that book. Didn't buy the trunks, but I don't know, we'll find them later in life. And we got a new Alzara cutscene that I can't make heads nor tails of. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Subscribe if you're new here. Like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think of Blueprints. Tell me about your day. Whatever you want. And hope to see you again next time for some more Blueprints. Bye-bye.